Buenos días, queridos alumnos de Cela Spanish School Online. In today's class, we will continue talking about object pronouns in Spanish. Please watch the other videos in the series. The video about the direct object and the video about the indirect object before watching this video. This video is also available in Spanish. I recommend you to watch the video in Spanish as well. Here we have our table with the pronouns. This information is already known from the previous videos. We will talk about the position of object pronouns in the sentence and the exceptions. As we already know, we first place the indirect object pronoun, then the direct object pronoun, and then the conjugated verb in any tense. Let's see some examples. Regalo un libro a mi padre. Regalo is the verb in the present tense. The subject is yo and is included in the verb conjugation. Un libro is direct object. ¿Qué regalo? Un libro. A mi padre is indirect object. ¿A quién regalo un libro? A mi padre. Un libro is replaced by the direct object pronoun lo. A mi padre would be le. But since le coincides with lo, it becomes se. In the video about the indirect object pronouns, we have explained this in detail. If le or les coincide with the direct object pronoun, it becomes se and is placed in front of the direct object pronoun. Se lo regalo. Because the verb is conjugated, we place both pronouns in front. It can be any tense. Se lo he regalado. Se lo regalé. Se lo regalaré. Whenever the verb is conjugated in some tense, the pronouns go before the verb. Now, let's talk about the exceptions. When we have a structure composed of two or more verbs, one of the verbs is in the infinitive, the unconjugated form of the verb, as in voy a comer, tengo que comer, etc. Voy a comprar flores a mi novia. In these cases, I have two possibilities. I can say that voy is a conjugated verb and therefore the pronouns must come before it. Se las voy a comprar. I can also place both pronouns behind the infinitive verb and form a single word as in voy a comprárselas. This new word has a tilde because it ends in S and does not have the tonic syllable in the penultimate syllable according to the rules of pronunciation, but in the antepenultimate syllable. I recommend you to watch the video in which we explain in detail the rules of pronunciation of words. You may wonder, and rightly so, what is the difference between the two forms? In reality, there is no difference. The same person sometimes uses one form and sometimes the other. What is important is that the pronouns cannot be separated. They must always go together in front or behind the whole verbal structure. Or se las voy a comprar or voy a comprárselas, but never voy a hacerlas comprar or las voy a comprarse. That's impossible. Both pronouns together, first indirect object pronoun and then direct object pronoun. The same happens with verbs in gerund in any tense. For example, estoy comprando unos chocolates para mi madre. Here I will have also two options. Se los estoy comprando. Remember that para mi madre is le, and le becomes se if it coincides with a direct object pronoun. In this case, los for los chocolates. I put the pronouns in front of the conjugated verb estoy. Se los estoy comprando. Or I can add the pronouns to the gerund and form a new word. Estoy comprándoselos. The new word has a tilde because it is an exception of pronunciation. The third exception is with the positive imperative. In this case, there is only one option. The pronouns are placed after the verb to form a single word. For example, compra la bicicleta para el niño. Compra is the imperative for tú. La bicicleta is the direct object. The pronoun is la. Para el niño is indirect object. The pronoun is le. Because le coincides with la, it becomes se. Cómprasela. With the negative imperative, the position of the pronouns is normal. They go in front of the verb. No se la compres. Let's do some practice together. We will replace the underlined parts of the sentence with the corresponding pronouns. If there are two possibilities to place the pronouns, we will mention both possibilities. Here we have a sentence with the positive imperative. La mesa is direct object. The pronoun is la. And al vecino is indirect object. The pronoun is le. Remember that when le and les coincide with a direct object pronoun, they become se. Regálasela. Since the verb is in the positive imperative, there is only one option. The pronouns form one word with the verb in the positive imperative. Vamos a envolver el regalo para el cliente. El regalo is direct object. The pronoun is lo. Para el cliente, indirect object. Pronoun le. Here we have two options because we have a periphrasis. Two verbs together and one is in the infinitive. We can place the pronouns in front of the conjugated verb. Se lo vamos a envolver. Or we can join them with the infinitive. Vamos a envolvérselo. Here we have two options too. Se la estoy preparando or estoy preparándosela. Here there is only direct object and we have two options. La tengo que estudiar or tengo que estudiarla. Se lo tengo que explicar o tengo que explicárselo. Muy bien. Now we are ready to do the exercises and activities in the distance learning course material. If you are not yet a CELA student and would like to have information about our courses, we invite you to visit our website. Chao, hasta la próxima clase.